Hey guys, I'm here to bring you guys Turner Talk number 19, and that's going to be parents and wrestling. Really excited to bring you guys this one. It was actually suggested by one of the parents, one of the kids I work with. His name's Kevin Smith. So this one's going to be parents and wrestling. Got a couple points for you guys to work through here. So as a parent, you got to remember it's really important for you to just be kind of an encourager for your kid. You don't want to be any kind of negative, any kind of detriment to their success, to their progression, right? So a couple of examples of this is we really have to let the coaches coach. Let the coaches coach. If you're with the program where you don't trust the coaches enough to coach your athlete, or you feel like you need to add a bunch of extra things in after practice, during practice, between practice, or even yell at them during matches, then you need to get with a different program. You need to find a program where you actually trust the coaches and trust the instruction that's going on. Like, bottom line, if you can't trust the coaches, then that's not going to be a conducive relationship for success for you or your child, because your athlete can sense that. Your athlete senses, my parent doesn't trust the coaches. They always want to add their stuff in. So I shouldn't trust the coaches, right? You'll get to the point where your athlete's always looking in the stands, looking at you. You don't want that. You want your athlete focused. You want your athlete to be able to just get the information from the coaches that are going to be in the corner, mat side, with your athlete. Okay, so get that down early. A lot of dads like to coach from the stands and do things like that early in Little League, and that's setting your kid up for failure. Because at the end of the day, NCAA tournament, you're going to be up in the stands, man. You're going to be up in the stands. You're going to be far away. These national tournaments, it's hard for your kid to hear you, and it's hard for your kid to look up and get instruction and stay focused on their match. So just get your kid used to making sure that they're listening to their coach. So let the coaches coach is the first point. Second point, after a loss, and this goes back to what I was talking about originally with being an encourager, okay? After a loss, you never want to beat your kid up extra. Like, they just lost. Nobody likes to lose. Nobody is okay with losing for the most part. Like, it's not like a deal where your kid's going to be coming out the mat happy they lost. No. So whenever your child loses, you want to make sure you don't beat them up. Don't get in the car and berate them for an hour or 2 hours on the way home from the tournament. Okay, the most important things you can tell them are that you love them, you're proud of them, and they wrestled hard. Hopefully, your kid wrestled hard and competed hard. And if your kid didn't compete hard, then that is something that you can address. I wouldn't do it directly after the match because your kid's already feeling bad. But maybe when you go back and reflect and talk over it later, you can say, well, you want to make sure you're competing hard. And that goes into the next piece that I'm going to talk about, which is accountability. Okay. Accountability. You can definitely hold your kid accountable. I told you guys earlier that you don't want to be the person that's necessarily coaching your kid, right? Let the coaches coach. But I can hold my kid accountable when I get home, right? I'm not trying to tell you guys how to parent. When you get home, you can still say, are these the correct things that you should be eating for your diet, right? Have you drank enough water today? Are you hydrated? Do you have everything prepared to go? Are you on your homework, doing all that stuff? So parents are definitely a very, very, very good asset for kids in regards to holding them accountable. But you just want to make sure you're not crossing that coaching line. You should never be giving instruction, right? If you wrestled in college or you wrestled at a high level and you have some knowledge there, sure, you can definitely, and especially if your kid brings it to you, right? Then that's just like a father-son, mother-daughter, mother-son, whatever relationship, right? If they bring, hey, I'm working on this double leg. Coach, I think, is telling me to get my head up and run across. Do you remember? Or can we talk through that? Sure, help them with that. But don't insert yourself, if that makes sense. Don't insert yourself to technique, to correcting things and doing things without the coach, because that's really going to mess up that relationship. And you want your kid to have complete trust and faith in their coach, because their coach is going to be the person that's there when they're in the state finals, national finals, they get rattled and need to bring them back and keep them focused. So you want to make sure that you trust your coaches and that your athlete really, really trusts the coaches. Turn talk number 19, parents and coaching. First point, you want to make sure you're just an encourager. You want to always be an encourager, encouraging, not necessarily coaching, but just encouraging from the stands, cheering on, hey, keep going, good job, keep wrestling, stay in position, things like that. The next thing is you want to make sure that after a loss, you're not beating your kid up, okay? Don't beat them up extra because they're already going to feel bad because they just lost, right? And the third thing is you want to make sure that you're helping to hold your kid accountable for the things that they're supposed to be doing, right? If their coach assigns them to do some stance motion at home, you should be doing that, helping them with their diet, helping them with their priorities. Do you need to be playing video games right now, or should you be doing your homework so that you're not stressed out because you have a big tournament this weekend, right? Things like that. So, yep, Parents in Wrestling, Turn Talk number 19. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Also, make sure you're suggesting new things in the comments for me to go over because the topics are just hard to come up with. And then big shout out to M Stamp Media for helping us out and really getting these things going. So thanks.